Oh my god, I look crazy. So this is the hard launch of my YouTube channel. Very on brand. We are buying land. I just want to talk about it. If you don't know, my husband and I got married in May of 2024. And right before we got married, we sold our condo in Chicago. And we moved in with my parents in the suburbs, like an hour away from the city. And we have been looking for a house for a few months now. We have toured a ton and just have really very specific tastes. And I don't mean to say that as like, oh, we are hard to please or better than everyone else. We just like we're both only children and we're very, very particular. And so it's been extremely hard to find a house that like ticks all the boxes. And don't get me wrong, no house is perfect. Like it just doesn't exist. So we have just been trying to be open-minded and going with the flow. And it's proven to be a little more difficult than I think we originally envisioned. And we also really weren't planning on staying in the suburbs. At least, like, I don't think my husband was. But then once I got here, I was like, oh, I can't leave now. Like, this is where I have to be forever. So, already being a difficult housing market and just difficulty level of things in general with all of that, we're very limited to an area that I wanted to be in, and it just made it even more difficult. So we would look at houses and just feel like this is nice, but it's just not right for us. So we then just kind of started to play with the idea of buying land. And that was like really not originally in the cards. Like that just wasn't really what we were gonna do. There was this one house, let's just go back in time. There was this one townhouse that I really liked. It was in a fine location. And we toured it with my parents and they saw it and they were like, you know what, you guys, this is already gonna cost you guys $500,000 to fix up. Why don't you just build? And at this point, I was spent. I was literally like, I just want to move into my home with my husband and like start our lives together as husband and wife. Not that obviously we have a life here with my parents and it's been like lovely, but it just like felt like we haven't literally been alone, just us two, since we've been married. Let that sink in for a second. That's a lot. We then started to look at land, and lo and behold, this piece of land had popped up, and they've been trying to sell it for like decades. It's further west, the last stop on the train station. So we literally, as commuters, cannot go any further than this. Like, we've reached our threshold, and that's okay. We go and look at it, and this is back in February, and we obviously fall in love with it. It's also like freezing outside when we're looking at it. We're literally just like, okay, I could see the vision. Like, I could see it. And we put in an offer, seller's counter, and we didn't love their counter, so we just kind of let it die. And we said, you know what, if this is meant to be, it will be. There's not much else we can do about it at this point. A few months go by, it's now April. And we're really just like, okay, nothing has come on the market that we are loving, so let's revisit. And we all come to a number that we all agree on and everyone is happy. We are now officially under contract to close middle of May on a piece of land that is 15 minutes from my parents' house, and we're building a house. That is not something I thought I would ever be saying in my lifetime, just because it's not like I didn't want to. I just didn't think it was like possible for us and gonna be something that we did, especially now. I want to kind of like start this series and obviously talk about it, and like if anyone else has gone through building a house, I would love to know what happened that you didn't expect it to happen, what happened that worked out, what happened that didn't work out. I don't want any fear mongering. I don't subscribe to that. But I just want to know. I want to create a little community around this kind of series, and if you are curious, just follow along because I will definitely be sharing to inspire you to possibly explore avenues of things that you maybe wouldn't see fit. We could not do this if we didn't move in with my parents for this period of time, and we're even going to be staying here longer because obviously it takes a while to build, and financially we need to do it kind of smart and not really like we need to buy the land and then save another X amount of dollars to then put money towards down for the build. So it will be a process. I know that ultimately it will be worth it in the long run. So we have a lot of due diligence that we need to do with our builder, our lawyers, and just making sure that the land is fit to build on and safe, and that the exterior is what the neighborhood is going to appreciate and everyone is on the same page and there's just no issues. But it's definitely a new endeavor to build a house, so I want to know as much as we can going into it, and I will share as much as I can, but it just is feeling extremely right and like the only option that we have right now. So for example, today we're gonna go out there and just like kind of map it all out and just kind of play around with how big the house itself is going to be. I feel like this is something that you can do as well. I don't like the idea of people just looking at other people and thinking, oh my God, like I could never do that. Like, no, you can. Just literally put your mind to it and honestly have a great partner that wants to have the same things as you. And you're golden. This is a massive thing for us to live on the last stop of the train. It's a little crazy. If I'm being honest, it's a little unhinged of us. Very, very unhinged. The heart wants what the heart wants, and help it, I will live as close as I possibly can to my family. We have a fantastic builder who has already built houses in the area that we are building in. So we feel very confident with him and just like his ability. He knows the neighborhood. He's like already drilled wells and septics and all those things there. So we're very confident about all of that. So that doesn't mean that things don't just happen, because they do. We also have like a little overlap of people who have worked with him in the past and references, so we do just feel very confident about that, and we think he's like definitely on board with a lot of our vision already, so that's important, because I feel like some builders, like they just kind of, they have some options, they're like you can customize a few things, but we're doing a fully custom house and want that to be exactly what we want. But this is the look, and this was kind of the story time and the kickoff of this series, so I'm very excited to share more when I can and just take you along with me. So follow along if you want to see how we build a house and all of the ups and downs that will inevitably go with it.